everybody. It is Friday night, date night, and hubby and I are going to try the buffet again. We're going to try the buffet again, and I'm going to enter everything. I'm going to take my picture, and I think I'm going to take a picture after I'm done so I can remember what I didn't eat.
Smart.
Yeah. And I just didn't want to go somewhere else and go, man, it got me and I just can't do the buffet. No, because then it won and it can't win. I have to be able to do this and figure out a system for this. All right, hubby made a plan. He actually preloaded with all the things he wants to choose at the buffet tonight. Wow. Did you use... Oh, there's more.
9 points of butter.
Okay. Did you put in dessert?
No dessert yet.
No dessert
I'm
yet.
not sure what I'm going to get.
And what did all this come to? Oh, 48?
48.
Well, you got like 61 weeklies or something.
No, I still have 40 some weeklies left over.
Oh, wow. What in the world? You have been saving them. Okay, we are leaving and we are going home. I think I did pretty good. And what do you think?
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
He's got some splaining to do. Thank you. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. We're getting ready to have our Saturday. But we wanted to do a quick recap of last night and talk to you about some tips as far as going to a buffet and seeing if maybe those tips will help you to apply some healthy habits and make better low point choices for your buffet visit. All right, number one is and you may or may not feel comfortable doing this, so it's up to you if you'd rather take like a piece of paper and write things down. I think it's important to take a picture of your plate. Now, I'm specifically talking about a buffet that is like an all-you-can-eat buffet, because sometimes we make plates and we don't remember what we ate. And then when we're trying to put it into our tracker later, it's going to be really hard to remember. If I have a picture of it, though, we both took pictures of our plates. That way we can go back afterward and write it all down and get it all in. And we also have to make a mental note of how much we ate of the plate. Now, what Honey did last night was he took a picture. His plate is more complicated than mine, so I didn't feel I needed to take a picture afterward, but he took a picture of his plate afterward.
Before and after.
Yeah, so he could remember what it is that he ate the most of. And so that kind of works for some, that'll work for some people.
Good.
Yeah, and he was able to get a more accurate count of everything. Okay, so that's the one thing, is get the data down. If you're not going to take a picture, then maybe you should just jot it down on a little notepad or something of what you got. Don't figure the points out right then. I mean, you want to enjoy your meal as well, unless you want to figure them out. But make sure that you know what you're getting. Oh, I should have said the number one thing is not to do what I did last time we went, and that is not to count the evening. It counts. Don't say, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I want to go hog wild, and I'm just not going to count tonight because I'm going to go hog wild. That's not going to be the best thing to do. That's not the best way to go about it. That, yeah, right. And that does not get you where you want to go. All right. So number two, I want to say is plate pretty. So plate your plate as if you're going to be presenting it for somebody to judge it, because you're going to be presenting it to yourself. You're going to be judging it. You want to enjoy it. So what I did was I made sure to fan my food out a little bit on the plate. I'm trying to maybe not have the foods touch each other. That's kind of like one of the tips I got from my kids. They don't like their food to touch each other. But if you're at a buffet, that's the best place to use that tip. It's because you don't want the food overlapping on laying on each other, because then you'll be getting too much of it. Some people like to pile it vertically. And that's what I think you should really avoid doing at a buffet. We used to know a relative of ours who would go to a buffet when they came into town, and they would pile it vertically, and you couldn't see what the bottom layer was of food. And that to me just didn't look appetizing. But I mean, something like that, if you're going to go with something like that, then you should have probably like columns like they do with a wedding cake, right? Different tiers. And that's not what you want to do. You just want one pretty plate. And so it ends up being more reasonable if you plate it really nice. And the next tip I would say would be stick with one plate for your salad, one plate for your main, and one plate for your dessert. And when you're doing that, I would still apply the don't let things touch, fan it out, make them pretty, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How do you feel you did with that as far as like plating it last night?
I bombed on that front.
And so now, how do you feel about that?
You gonna
though?
show them the plate?
You why don't you send me the picture and then I'll show you how he kind of like.
It didn't get all piled on.
And another thing, as far as plating and stuff,
touches each other.
well, I wanted to make it look nice as far as color, aesthetically. I wanted to have the greens versus the browns. And then when I think your plate ends up being mostly brown. So it's like when it's mostly brown, you realize you probably have like mostly fried foods and fatty foods. And so you really do want to keep the color in and making it look nice, because then I think you get better variety. So I'll show you my plate versus his plate. All right, next tip I would say is, change your thinking. Okay, this is a big one. As far as like when you go to a buffet, especially when people come to Vegas for a buffet, they think I'm in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, it doesn't. It goes home with you on your rear and on your thighs and everywhere else. It goes home, trust me. And so what you want to do is don't go into a buffet going, I've paid this cover charge. I'm just going to get all I can. While I'm here, I'm going to do the most amount of damage as I can because it's all you can eat. Don't look at it that way, but still enjoy it. And so there's a couple of things that I came up with. I'm thinking, change your way of thinking on that. You're not paying to eat all you can or all that you want, right? What you're really paying for is tell yourself, I'm paying for the variety to be able to make the choice to be the one that's in charge. You're paying so that you could be the one who chooses what goes on there exactly the way that you want from this vast array of an assortment that's really great, but you're the one in charge. You're paying to do that, to be the artist while you're there. You have to change the way that you're thinking about it. Right. Okay, when you plate your dessert, focus on one flavor. Think to yourself, what is it that I really, really want tonight? What do I really want in the way of flavor? Am I in a chocolate mood? Am I in a vanilla cake mood? Do I want something fruity like a sorbet or something? And then concentrate on finding that, because the dessert area is huge. I got a couple of different flavors. I had like some vanilla stuff going on and then a little bit of chocolate stuff. We do tend to share the desserts, so we have to keep track of what we're having. But last night I realized I was really just in a chocolate mood, and all I really wanted was a little brownie or something that had a really chocolatey taste, and I could have been fine. And so I'm thinking, okay, my next time that I go back, I'm just going to focus on what flavor I want that night and get one thing that really constitutes that flavor and focus on that and enjoy it. Focus on one flavor for dessert and then build a really cute little pretty plate to kind of like show. And then another one, this is what we really differ on, is take time to eat.
No, we don't differ.
Well, kind of. Okay, well, we look at it in different ways. I take my time as going to, so I go slower. He takes his time to eat. he gives all the time to eat. So he doesn't like talking. I talk way too much during dinner. So I keep it, I keep his focus, and I tell him about absolutely everything. And he's such a good listener. But while he's listening, he's just communing with his dinner, and he's paying attention to me, but he's eating too fast.
Well, we've lived here for so long now. I have my buffet action down. And so there are certain habits that I fall into that I know I need to change.
It's hard to change, though.
But
it is hard
the
to
main
change.
one is eat fast. I mean, if you want more food, you got to get it in before you get full.
Right, and I'm thinking I just want the one plate, so I want it to last, and I really want to enjoy it that way. I cut my green beans in like 5 little pieces and take forever to eat those, and then I move on, and so...
The cat plays with her. She'll turn it over and pet it and move it.
No!
And then bite it.
I get my
Nibble
bites
it.
situated just like I like them, and I mix them a certain way. But I mean, that's how I enjoy it, right? And so slow down is basically it. Just slow way down and enjoy the company. Beverages. Usually at a buffet, the beverages just flow, and they don't add to your bill. So if you're having a Diet Coke, you're having water, you're not going to get charged extra. Tea, he'll drink iced tea, I drink diet. And I usually don't have more than one diet because I don't think, I don't want to drink that much soda anyway. I just make the soda last. But I mean, if you need a couple of them, take advantage of that. Afterward, I'll have a decaf, he'll have a coffee. And sometimes I'll have like a hot tea with lemon and stuff. That doesn't add to. So if you want to keep adding and just have another hot tea, another coffee, or whatever, go for it. Go nuts. That helps take room up and fill you up as well. And you can kind of just enjoy the atmosphere and enjoy yourself. Okay, so when you're choosing your food, don't waste your calories on what's not your favorite. If you've been there before and you know that for me, I didn't like the fried shrimp there. I like fried shrimp usually, but not there. I found it was way too oily and it was pretty tasteless to me. I could find better elsewhere, so I'm not going to waste my calories. That's really a high calorie thing. So I did not want to waste it. My favorite was the Tuscan chicken, and I had like 2 tablespoons of that. He's laughing because he thinks that chicken anything is a waste when we go out. Okay, so...
Chicken at home all the time.
Okay, but the Tuscan chicken was amazing. So this time I said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to have some more of that. And that brings me to my last point, which is use this as kind of like a research project. This is what I did as go and get ideas for your favorites. Find out what you really, really like. Look at that. Put it on your plate. Enjoy it. And say, okay, how am I going to go home and make this lower fat, lower points? So last time I was there, I had like 2 tablespoons of the Tuscan chicken, and I said, this is really good. Next time I go back, that was the main thing on my plate. That was my focus, and I was going to research it and see what is it they put in here and how can I mimic this at home but make it in a healthier way, because I know this probably has a lot of fat in it. And so the Tuscan chicken was my research project for last night, and I'm going to be researching and finding out how to make a better one at home, and then I will make a video and share it with you guys. So what was the favorite that you had last night? If you could pick one thing and say, I will come back for
really
that.
do like that fish. I was looking forward to the fish plank, and I was glad to have it.
Yeah, and see, to me, that wouldn't be my favorite, because to me, that's just like fried fish. And it's like, I could buy that at the store and heat it up in the oven pretty easy.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't anything else, like something maybe that they made a special dish or something that you liked? Other than that?
No.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, we all have our differences. What can I say? Anyway, so I hope that maybe those tips help you in next time that you go to a buffet, and maybe give you something to think about in the way that you approach. It's really, about mindset and how you approach going. Enjoy it. Just look at how you're enjoying it and see if maybe you can apply some of these tips. Okay, guys, we're going to let you go, get on with our Saturday, and we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye.